The ultimate Ash pull! Fuck me.
Pokemon Ranger, I choose you!
What's up, my dear boys and girls, it's your Ranger Boy here, and welcome to another review of the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime. Today, we will, unfortunately and sadly, talk about episode 54. Shine! Z-Powering! Super Full Force! 10 million volt! And this episode once again shows that the Aether Foundation arc did few things so good, but fucked up so many other things. But before I will go further into my review, I owe you at least my impressions of episode 53. If you don't want to see that, then skip to this timestamp. If not, then without any more hesitation, let's get right into the ratings. What can I say about the story of last week's episode? My personal highlight of this episode was not the Lily moment, but actually how the anime has handled Lucimine's characterization. When I went into the episode, I expected the cliche, because of the Ultra Beast, she will become evil now. But my god, this woman once again surprises me. Throughout the whole arc, we have seen glimpses of Lucimine having this childish kind of naivety. For example, where she was totally ignorant about both Lily's phobia and Faber's plan. We also have seen glimpses of her obsession for the Ultra Beast, but by using the Ultra Beast as a tool to express that childish naivety and obsession in a now direct way to the viewers, in my opinion, that was brilliant. This shows that the Sun and Moon writers can do characters justice if they try. How is it possible for a character who only was there for a few episodes to have a much better development compared to, I don't know, the main protagonists of the fucking show? Whoever came up with the concept of Lucimine's story, do us a favor and do something for the others as well. But let us not forget that this is Sun and Moon, which means if there's no Lily moment with massive amount of screen time and emotional investment, then it's certainly not Sun and Moon. And yes, the emotional Lily part with Pixie was also a highlight of this episode. It was beautifully animated with plenty amount of screen time and relevancy to both plot and progression of Lily. Sadly, her moment with Pixie was kinda like Jake and Logan Paul in this year's YouTube Rewind. The most amount of relevant screen time was dedicated to a certain individual, while the rest got pressed together in just a few minutes. But this also leads me to the negative point. The rest. They got absolutely sidelined. I mean, what the writers came up with was, not bad, but it's just the most cliche, safe, and boring thing you can do, giving the others busy work, while the main stars handle the big boss. It's like back when in DBZ, where the Cell Juniors were there to keep the Z fighters busy, while Gohan fought against Cell. It's kinda relevant, but at the end of the day, nobody cares. I didn't care about Kiawa's battle, I didn't care about Gladion's battle, and I definitely did not care about Marlo's, Lana's, and Sophocles' battle at all, because unlike Kiawa and Gladion, there was no real action, and unlike Lily, this battle meant nothing for their characterization. Instead, guess what? Comedy! Of course! I mean, again, it's insulting and disrespectful towards these characters. But besides that, overall, an okay story, 7 out of 10. What can I say about the focus? The title is called Hurry, the Great Lucimine Rescue Operation. In my opinion, they really lost the focus here. Instead of concentrating on one thing, rescuing Lucimine, this episode tried so hard to make several things at the same time. Lucimine's characterization, giving Lily her moment with Pixie, the comedic battle, the short battle of Kiawe, Gladion's battle, while also trying to make a connection between Lucimine's Absol and Gladion's Umbreon, and then trying to rescue Lucimine. Sometimes, several things in one episode is just too much. 5 out of 10. Last but not least, animation. The moment of Lily, of course, was awesome. And I also have to admit, when Absol used Mean Look on Gladion's Pokemon, that was something new. And definitely something I welcomed with open arms. I have to cut off a point though, because in my opinion, the way they did Nihiligo's Ultra Space is kinda boring. Dark purple floating rocks with a background which has the same color. It suits the overall tone of the episode, and especially in regards of Lucimine's color scheme, but personally not a big fan, especially when you compare to the game, which at least has a little bit more color. 9 out of 10. So this episode scores a decent 7 out of 10, and only worth rewatching for the excellent Lucimine and the excellent Lily. Not for the rest, unfortunately. And after finally having this out of the way, grab some popcorn, grab some cookies, and let's do this! So we continue the episode where we left last week's episode, with Ash on his way to Lucimine, while Lucimine tries with all her might to stop him from coming closer. I guess the reasons for that is that after seeing this sexy ass motherfucker, aka Movie Ash, she basically wants this Ash, and certainly not This Ash. I can somewhat understand you, Lusamine. And she even goes so far by spreading poison throughout the whole area. But Ash then is like, it might smell bad, but maybe it won't feel bad at all. So let's put my feet into the poison just for fun. Anyway, switching from the fake protagonist to the real protagonist of Sun and Moon, Gladion seems to struggle against Lusamine's Absol. But after switching Sivali to a fighting type... fire type? Why? Okay, well, after switching Sivali into a fire type, while also freeing his other Pokemon from Absol's mean look, Sivali then distracts Lusamine's Pokemon with Air Slash, Z-move, the end. Or is it? Meanwhile, our comedic trio is busy with their battle, but they can't battle properly because Rowlet is obsessed with Lilligant's sweet scent. And they decide to get Rowlet back to their side by creating an even sweeter scent. Okay? Genius! And after smacking Rowlet in the air like they just don't care, they come up with a Rowlet cannonball attack. At least they are creative. But with zero impact, because Lilligant stands up immediately to charge up Solar Beam, until Litten shows how a proper attack as a result of training and hard work looks like. No wait, I'm wrong. Hard work, training and dedication doesn't mean anything in Sun and Moon because Sophocles can defeat a powered up Milotic with a Pokemon who only knows one move, Zing Zap! And one Pokemon who never trained before and was only used for Slice of Life. I hate you, Sun and Moon. At least our beloved Lolly is this one ray of hope within the group because at least she trained properly and therefore one-shotting Miss Magius is understandable. Thank God Sophocles can't celebrate his victory for long because Lusamine's Pokemon are all getting up again, which leads Gladion to the conclusion that they won't stop fighting until they took down Nihilego, aka Ubiuterus. So while Superman Gladion is on his way, Ash still doesn't understand that Lusamine doesn't want this face near her. Go away! I hate you! That's not the first time I heard those words in context with Sun and Moon Ash. Sadly. I don't hate him, he's just not, you know. Let's move on before this gets awkward. Thanks to Solgaleo being a steel type, Ash easily goes through that poisonous ocean and quickly after that, he aggressively tries to force his way onto Lusamine while she tries with all her power to let him understand that she doesn't want him. God damn it, Ash, you still don't understand how to treat a lady. Lucky for Ash, Gladion and Lily arrive at the stage and both siblings use their best traits to go through the poison. Lily with a knowledge of Pixie's ability Magic Guard and Gladion by just being a 100% badass. The next segment can be summarized like this.
Mom, I hate you. Stop behaving like a child while I am the mature one here. Stop being controlled by the Ultra Beast, pull yourself together and come out.
And indeed, Lusamine seems to listen to her daughter, like a good mom should do. But sadly, Ubiuterus demands to keep the hot mom. And then Deus Ex Machina happens, the ultimate Ash pull. So because Lusamine's new form was way too strong for anybody to handle, and since Gladion already used his Z-move, Ash gets a brand new Z-Crystal out of fucking nowhere without any hints or explanation in the main story, pulls off that Z-move perfectly and one-shots Lusamine. And after that, the Pikachunium Z disappears, because it fulfilled its purpose. Wow! I already lowered the bar for Sun and Moon, and they can't even handle that? Why should I care about the rest of the story? So you know what? Blah blah blah, happy family moment, blah blah blah, they come back, blah blah blah, call themselves the best team ever with no justification, blah blah blah, comedy, blah blah blah, end. Wow! Ratings! Now! What can I say about the story? This rescue mission, this whole arc started so decent. How was it possible to end in such a miserable train wreck? I know that the 10 million volt Thunderbolt Z move has been hinted in both the opening and the title itself, but to let it appear just like that with zero explanation, without the influence of Solgaleo or any other outside influence, it appeared for the sake of the plot and for the sake of defeating a way too strong opponent and then disappeared so that it won't have any more relevance until I guess the next big opponent. This ending, it was bad. It was really bad. How can Sun and Moon fanboys defend this? It's bad from both a logical and story point of view. Ash Greninja can also be considered an ass pull, but at least it has been hinted before it actually happened. But this, I guess in the future I don't have to expect anything from Sun and Moon anymore. Why should I? With ass pulls like this, anything in Sun and Moon can happen. But even besides this really terrible ending, the Sophocles, Lana and Marlowe battle was awful. Gladion's battle felt just rushed through, and even Sorgaleo's involvement in the whole Lusamine encounter was minimal at best. Also, we once again had this pretentious "we're the best crew and the best gang ever" aggressively forced into our throats without zero justification. The only good part, of course, was Lily's shining moment, especially her interactions with her mom and how she was the mature one. But the shining Lily alone will not save the plot this time. I wish I could rate this much better. This is my first ever 2 out of 10. What a terrible ending. What a terrible episode to such a promising arc. What can I say about the focus? The focus was called Shine Z Power Ring Super Full Force 10 million Volt, which means that the most important part of the story, according to the writers, the focus was not about Lily and Lusamine, was not about their relationship improvement, about their self-reflection and self-awareness. No, it was all about the Deus Ex Machina. Holy shit. 2 out of 10. And the only reason why I don't give this a 1 out of 10, last but not least, animation. Of course, every time a new Z move is introduced, it's a guarantee for it to be an animation highlight. And it was. My fave part of this Z move was definitely when the different colors appeared from Pikachu and shot right into his opponent. This actually could have been a great symbolism as well, with the colors representing each and every member, but sadly that's not the case because there was no such thing as a real unity, and this color thing also happens without them, so yeah. But anyway, my favorite moment was definitely the moment when Lusamine slightly gained back her consciousness and how they expressed Lily's relief with her eyes and just her overall facial expressions. So cute, fantastic. Lily is the shining star like always. 10 out of 10. So this episode scores a 4.66 out of 10. And neither our glorious Lily nor the hardcore Sun and Moon fanboys can justify this train wreck this time. Absolutely terrible. And with this, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. I know I will get a lot of dislikes, but I'm sorry, guys. In my personal opinion, it was terrible. And I hope I see you guys in the comment section down below. Bye, guys.